Hi guys, how are you? I wanted to take this time, and you know what they say about time. The time doesn't exist, but they say that you cannot count with time and you cannot plan anything with time. But I do want to take this time to explain what we're going to do in August in our fasting and silence retreat with Markus Witte, but especially with all of our being. Okay, that's why I wanted to create this group. My husband Mauricio, he wanted to be here, but they call him as an emergency shift because there is, I don't want to even mention it, but there is a virus around, so they have a special nursing going around, and they activate a special group, and he's part of that group. As a team, uh, I am different because I always want to do things a little bit more personal and approachable. And I don't know if that makes sense, but I wanted you to hear it directly from me, from the host, from the person that lives here, the person that is going to receive you that day in the retrieve. Because when you come here, we're going to enter in silence, right? And we're not going to be able to talk. Actually, we are not going to be talking. So that's why it's good that you know a little bit of who we are, because believe me or not, that was my experience, right? When I traveled from United States all the way to Costa Rica. So I was moved out of my comfort zone to travel to a different zone, and that's part of the experience, right? To stay in a different house. So my name is Lisa. I am New Yorican. My parents are Puerto Rican. My mom, Spain. We moved to Puerto Rico when I was 8. That's why I have an accent. And I am a nurse. I have a master's in nursing, and I love my profession. I am a healer. You know what they say about that. My husband is a nurse as well. He's from El Salvador. He's been in the United States for the last 6 years. We met in El Salvador, and we met as I was a missionary over there in a nonprofit that I established 15 years ago called Real Fit, and it was a nonprofit for weight loss too, called Real Fit. When I discovered as being a morbid obese person of 380 pounds, I discovered that the Real Fit is the fit that you realize that you can do exercise from wherever point you are in your life. And that's how I started dancing. And I became a Zumba instructor at 380 pounds. And that's how I started my journey. And today I am 151 pounds, and I'm still in my journey. So let's fast forward how I found silence and fasting. Okay, so before I do that, how I found fasting. I want to talk about the journey that we have in life, because life always talk to us. And I want to make this pause because it's very important how life is always talking to us in our real experience. You know, he taught life, which I know now that it's our being, which I used to call it God, and always talk to us in our language, in our own experience, with our own language. But we don't observe those experiences. We don't listen. We don't take time to pause and observe those experiences in life, our being, God. It's so faithful that it's going to give us that experience again and again and again until we get it. So that's in those 17 years, that is exactly what happened with Lisa. In that path, in that road, life keep repeating the same experience once, again and again and again until I get it, right? I was like, I got it, finally. First with exercise, then Zumba, then a divorce, then I was a widow, my kids, my grandbabies. Because life is very creative, okay? And we are the one who judge those experiences. Our ego, right, interpret or judge those events in a way that we put suffering, judgment, and all kind of things. But that's us. Life is just silence. And that's what I discovered that afternoon, that I was having my breakfast in my busy life. Listen to this, I was having my breakfast at 4:30 p.m. and I saw this skinny guy in a video in YouTube, in a Colombian show, translate in Catalan, right? And he was talking about inertia. By that moment, this was like 10 months ago. At that moment, Lisa in 3D, knew already what was the voice of my being. She knew exactly how to recognize. She knew those words when they come from her being, her God. I call it God at that moment. I knew exactly, and I wrote it down. Inertia. I think that's how it's called in English. And I wrote it down. And then I was like, the other word, I forgot the other word. And then harmony. It was how many times I heard harmony. But then when he explained that harmony was the purpose of life, that we have to have harmony, that it was not homeostasis. I knew homeostasis. I'm a nurse. Come on. How am I going to know homeostasis? That's a perfect balance of the physical body. But then it's not balance. It's not be stable. No, no, no. It's harmony. It's not peace. It's having harmony. I have to know what is that. And like a seeker that I am, I have to, So I keep seeing this video of this man, and this is my being talking to me. And then even that silence talk to you in a moment that you have to move, right? And you have to move to do things. And you move to do things to get in silence, right? So I have to move from United States to Costa Rica and make some steps to come to Costa Rica to get into that silence, to meet there, and to find that silence. It's incredible. It is incredible. So to follow the path of what I was telling you, at that moment, I was 180 pounds. I was running a weight loss program. I was in a very great moment. I had, I think it was 390 participants. I have participants, from everywhere. I have even from India, too. I have like 9 participants from India. And if they're seeing this video, I always salute them because I honor them. And they teach me so much about Shiva, and that's how they get to their being. And so it was good. We were in the, before I entered in the retreat, we were just finishing the registration and all that. I was getting ready to start when I came back from the retreat and all that. And so what I'm trying to tell you, following the path of I was going to explain in my experience, because everyone has their own path. Okay? You have your own path with your own experience. It's your experience. It's your experience. Okay? And then if you are in this group first, it's because your being, your soul, God, the force, the universe, that force that brought you here in this reality, yes, that force that was responsible of deciding what hair you will have, what color of skin you will have, if you were going to be Hispanic, white, blue eyes, green eyes, Chinese eyes, culture, that person who decide that, or energy or God, whatever, that person who made that decision, that force, that person who made that decision is the one who attract you to make the steps to get your attention, to find out and follow this road, because it's a good road. Okay? And that is the idea. So that is your being. that is your soul, that it's God in you. Okay? That is your being. It's something that you can pronounce, that you can't even describe. Because if there is a loud soul said, if you can't pronounce it, it's not the Tao. You can't describe it. The Israelites, they didn't even want to call God, God. They will call it Javeh. The Alpha and the Omega, the first letter, they didn't call it because there's no word. It's something. Something. So that something was the one who called you, to that grasp your attention. Follow that nada, that silence. Just follow it. Don't analyze. Don't think too much. Just follow that feeling. And move. Do the things that you have to do. Don't analyze. Because analyze, it's the ego. It's that analytic mind that is going to tell you what, in my experience, that's what happened with me. And that's why I'm doing this video. My ego, and that's why I'm doing this video. Because I know that that analytic mind, that little ego, that 3D personaje, that little ego that wants to control everything, that thinks everything, is gonna tell you, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Are you gonna be 8 days without eating? Don't follow that path. Don't do it. Just follow that inner voice that it's telling you something is wrong in my life. That all those times that I cry without a reason, all those cries that I eat without a reason, all those cries that I feel miserable and I have everything, all those cries that I buy things without having a reason, all those cries that I have everything and I feel that I feel miserable, if that's your case. But if you feel beautiful and wonderful and you're not missing anything, I don't think you're going to be listening to this video. But if you are listening, please, you can remove yourself from this group because you don't need to come in. You don't. But if you're like me, that we are seekers, and now I'm going to tell you about the silence that talks so loud that it's incredible. So, so I move, I make the movements against all odds. Remember, I am the CEO of a program that it's going good. I have 5 people in my small company counting on me. I have my husband. I have an art designer waiting for me. I left everything. I have 9 grandkids. I have 4 kids. I have a job too, because I work as a case manager. Oh, I am so important. The things that we do right. that was a blooper, but I'm not gonna cut the video. I'm not gonna cut the video. I love bloopers. And we have to laugh about ourselves. And so we feel so important. And that's good to feel important. That keeps you going. And then when I was telling you that I went against all odds, following that voice. You have to go to Costa Rica. You have to go. I paid the money. Money was not a problem. I went there. You know what I said when I entered the door? I thought, I always say this to my participants because I was like, who's gonna hold me? And I thought I was thinking in my mind, but I said out loud, who's gonna stop me when I'm hungry and I wanted to run out of this place? When I saw Markus in real life, and I was reading a book about, all this media that turns your mind so crazy. Please don't do that to yourself. Don't follow that road of listening to everyone. And this silence retreat is going to reset your mind, and you're going to close your door to all that media that it doesn't. Please believe me in that. It's going to help you a lot. So I was reading a book about, I even forgot the name. Anyway, I tell him, I look at him, and I never said that to him because I never talk too much. Because we never talk. It's a silent retreat. So anyway. But in my mind, I was like, he looks like plagiarian. It was like an alien. Because he was so white and blue eyes. And us, Puerto Ricans, in our history, we are Tainos, right? We have a Taino legacy. That's our Indians. And there is a writer that he used to say, the Tainos, they were so impressed when they saw the white people, when they saw them tall, because Taino were small and husky, and their skin, and they have muscles and short. And when they saw this tall, white hair, blue eyes, they saw them like God, right? And they were thinking that they were God. And I'm very creative. I should be like a writer, because when I saw him, and he was sit, but he looked like he was standing because he was so tall. And I'm like, my creative mind, I'm like, oh my God, he looked like an alien, like a God. And I always preserve it, and that's what I love about myself, because I love myself. He looks like a God. I can imagine that a Taino will see him and he will say, God. And then I am in that trip, right? And I don't smoke. Believe me, I don't use drugs. And I'm like, I'm talking out loud. Who's gonna stop me when I feel hungry and I wanna? And he look at me like, I don't know if he say something. I don't remember, but I found myself like, are you annoying? Are you crazy? And I was like, shoo. Did I say that out loud? Anyway, that was a small joke. That's how I came to the retreat. And that's fear. And that's why I wanted to do this video. Don't go to that path, because there is no fear. That's why I prepare that flyer telling you that we will have a driver available. And in any moment you feel that you are following the path of I feel trapped, I want to go, I want to eat, we are here. We're going to have someone that it's going to be with you. We just ask, to please do not interrupt the, the dynamic. If I believe that Marcus doesn't like to call it dynamic because everything it is a flow, but I'm the one who's saying that word, but I'm a controller. But we will have someone that you just have to call that person. It's gonna be there around, and that person is gonna be there, and you just have to call that person and tell them, hey, I want to leave, and maybe that or Marcus, and you just explain. You don't have to give explanation. Just go and peace. Nothing, you know. And don't feel guilty because this is not about guilty. Just feel in peace that everything is gonna be fine. Okay. And if you need to take a break and maybe I don't know, maybe just take a fruit and take a rest. We have a beautiful we have like springs less than 1 mile. Maybe you can go take a swim in the spring. I don't know, but don't give up because that's what we do in our weekends. We will have like we have like our tub that we are preparing like what we call a redneck jacuzzi. Wait until you see it. It's gonna be fun. Then you can take we have like a little small pool, and it's gonna be fun. Very humble, but we're doing everything from our heart, and that you will enjoy this platform, and it's just a platform that you will be loved. If we can, humans, we don't know what is love. What we know as love is just those little things that we call love, that is nothing. But we try, to make this experience as easy as it can be. But the silence, the loud voice of silence, in my experience, is that when you finish those 8 days, you have a harmony. Everything makes sense. Everything. When I finished those 8 days, I went into my life knowing what I have to do with my life. The first 48 hours, I have to do this, 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 and this. But then, that's my experience. Remember, those decisions, what happened? When you make changes, of course, our participants and you, they already know what happened when you make changes. When you make changes, there is chaos. I'm sorry, I say it in Spanish. Chaos, chaos. There is chaos. Because when you move something from here to here, obviously, when you move from your comfort zone to your discomfort zone, things happen, obviously, and that's expected. And that's what we teach in you. So, to prepare for that discomfort zone and to grow as a seed. But the results, the bumpy roads, the road, it's wonderful. I recommend that if you want to be part of the fasting, we do the silence and fasting during the weekend. I will announce. You're gonna see the flyers every weekend. We didn't do it the past weekend because it was Memorial Day, and we took a break on Memorial Day because all my family was here, and we had a lot of Memorial is a biggie in the United States, so we kind of pause. But this weekend, we're getting ready to go to Ana Maria Bay, and you see the miracles that happen. Now that I put the program free, we had 3 donations. My matrimony, oh my God, it's a revival. Now my husband is fasting with me. It's a harmony. But then it's not like this. That's not life. That's not true. Life is not this. Life is this, this. But in this, you learn to be this. Like the storm, the hurricane? That is, but you learn to be like the center. Where is the force of the hurricane? The strength is in the eye, in the center. You learn to be like that. You learn. I'm learning. You may say that, oh, she's hosting a retreat with Markus. She may know him. I have not even talked with that guy. No, he's my brother as a human. He's my brother in silence. We spent 8 days. We didn't even talk. But in the silence, we met in silence. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Silence is a language. I know his book. I teach. I read his book. I don't know, Markus. If I talk with him 200 words in those 8 days, but I know his silence. Because remember, it's an 8 days retreat. It's an 8 days of silence. But we are going to talk a lot in those 8 days. Because silence has a powerful message. I have nothing to tell you. Because my silence is like this. I'm a talker. But you know what I have discovered? I have discovered that when I open my mouth, I get in trouble. So when I close my mouth, I'm better. I'm better in silence. Silence is a language, my friends. Learn to be in silence. Please don't ever think. There is no price for this experience. I'm telling you. There's a little ant. Don't let that analytical mind get in the way. because that analytical mind is called your conscious mind, that program person that thinks, that is called the ego. Don't let that person make that decision. Let your soul guide you. And go to those weekends. The weekends are powerful because it will prepare you. I think that if you go to the website of Markus, there is there's others doing fasting also in silence. Also, so there's a lot. I start to do them like maybe 2 months ago, so I'm new in this, and we have like 52 hours are free. I don't charge anything because I have the possibilities. I don't have to charge, but they charge it's like maybe $30, and it's okay. Don't let that money is just an energy. Don't let money get in the way. Don't let that get in the way. So please, I will see you in the weekend. There's still, let me ask, how many spots we have for tents? 2 more? Call her. He's calling to see how many spots, or you can text me because we had 4 spots more. But yes, it's gonna be beautiful. Ana Maria Bay is a beautiful because it's like a spot, a very beautiful spot. This is our place here, and it's like very woody, and we have. Let me show you a little bit. You see, and totally silence. We're gonna have tents. It's gonna be good. So let your mind. Let your being, let that voice inside of you make that decision. I'm gonna prepare this video in Spanish for Spanish speakers. At this moment, we have already 6 participants. A lot of people interested from you. Believe me, you're not gonna regret it. You're not gonna regret it. Listen to the voice of silence. It's a powerful voice inside of you, and it talks to you in your language, in your feelings, directly to your experience, to fix your life, to give you peace, homeostasis, to cure you, to heal all your illness, but especially your emotions, and to give you the purpose of life that it is to have harmony. Harmony. Buen camino. Buen camino.